On my way now to Marion, Ohio. I'm actually going to be there half an hour early today. It's a beautiful day here. It's not 78, I can tell you that. It might be 78 right now, but it's getting much, much higher. It's getting into the 90s today, and it's going to be, if anything, yesterday Marion just felt like an oven. So I suspect it's just one of those places that's always hot. It's hot everywhere and really hot there. That's how it feels. Because nobody looked surprised by the heat yesterday in Marion, Ohio. A great day yesterday, top to bottom. Two wins in a second. A bit of a surprising win from both Oh Hill No, who it looked like she was soundly outmatched by the horse on the rail. And another surprising win from Sweeney. Not that I was super surprised that he won, but just coming off his recent form, I was skeptical. I didn't know how things would play out, and I was very hopeful that the horse would throw in a great race. The Anders kid drove the horse perfect. He raced great, so a great job by everybody, top to bottom yesterday. And the only defeat was a charging second from Fire and Shine. So no complaints at the track. Baseball, well worth the drive. I'll tell you what, Ollie was some pumped when I showed up. Amy and Avon Natty also very happy. I wish I had been able to stay for the whole night. It made him, there were some people said, well, that seems kind of silly to do that. Well, if you're a dad and you've seen your kids play sports, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not silly at all. I would happily do it again today if I could. To watch Ollie play baseball, and obviously getting a win and playing such an integral part in the game itself is always important, right? He's been working on his pitching and got to close the game out yesterday, which was a big deal. He got a big double when I first got there, drove in a couple of runs, scored himself. So a great game for Ollie and an absolutely fantastic day for me. Now, as I said, it could have been somewhat, I'm not going to say ruined, but definitely a damper put on it had I seen the draw for the Next Generation. I'm embarrassed to say I thought the draw was today. I woke up to a number of emails from people saying, oh, it's too bad that Philly drew 8. Oh, it's too bad that AJ drew 9. Had I saw those emails yesterday before I went to bed, I might have been upset, right? I might not have slept as well as I did because, as you can imagine, after the day I had yesterday, I actually slept very good. Slept great, get up and have a shower and shave. Got on the road. No, I didn't leave my house until 8:30, but I didn't have to. It says I'm going to be at the Marion Fair at 10:30. Post time's 11. Tons of time. Now to talk about the draws. Listen, it's stake season. I'm like you. In my head, before the draws, I'm trying to figure out how I can win all 4 Next Generations. How can I win? Where can I be with Cadeau? How good are the other horses? I'm looking around at some of the other horses that have been racing that I know might be in the Next Generation. But none of that really matters until the draw comes out. Yes, gorgeous package especially. It would have been nice to draw inside of 5 with all of them. But there's 9 people in every division, and everybody wants the inside, right? And whether I like it or not, or I want to lament about it, it is what it is. That is what the hand we're dealt, and that's what we're going to play. So we get the 9-hole with AJ. In a stake race like this, a lot of things are going on. One, it's their first, not for AJ, and for the filly, but for a lot of these horses, it's their first or second start of their life. You don't want to cook them. I know it's a lot of money we're racing for, but we're going to race for a lot more money the rest of the year also. And they're good horses. That doesn't mean I'm just automatically going to, take a knee and drag everybody back. You're going to look left behind the gate to see who's unsure of themselves, to see if there's anywhere that you might be able to fit a horse of that size in. You can be sure with the money on the line, there's going to be some fireworks. You just try your hardest not to be the one lighting the fuse. So, yes, we drew 4, 6, 8, 9. I'm well aware. And we're going to play the hand we're dealt and do the best we can. But historically speaking, these races are fairly aggressive anyway. So, we'll see what plays out. We'll see what shakes out. The good news is Both Gorgeous Package and Roser and AJ are very dangerous horses in the sense that they both have a quick turn of foot and they both have long-lasting speed. Gorgeous Package, I believe, paced the last half in 55 and a piece in her second last start in the qualifier, and then showed some real tenacity, finishing strong in the end of her mile after blowing that turn in Northfield Park. Whereas AJ ended up floating away, getting away fourth, and pacing his last half in 55 seconds flat the other day. So no slouches. You know, if I can find a way to get them in striking range and the front end softens at all, 8, 9 hole, I don't care. They're going to be a major factor in the race. So we need a little bit of luck on our side. We need to get away as best we can and be in striking range. When the bell tolls, so to speak. So those are those two. Cadell was the one that really needed the best draw of everybody, right? And he did. He drew 4. We'll see how that plays out. And Aunt Lily, I don't really mind the 6 hole with Aunt Lily, to be honest. I get to survey everybody. You know, we have one of the best records, I believe, if not the best, coming in on that one start. She is the horse people are going to be drawn to on the program. You know, a victory in her qualifier and then a victory in her first race in a very convincing fashion. She is the horse they're going to have to be looking at. So I don't mind sitting in the middle of the gate surveying everything as they say go. So I don't mind the 6 hole with her. I do mind the 8, 9 hole with the other two. But regardless of what I mind or don't mind, no one cares. That's what we drew, and that's what we're going to race from. Now today we're getting some work here at the fair, and then we're racing Greatest Ending later tonight. Another poor draw. Of all the poor draws, I'm most certain he can overcome his. So off we go. Thursday we have the Colts here. We have Gorgeous Package. Tim Tetrick is going to drive Gorgeous Package in Kings County for us in the Meadows. I'm going to drive Gypsy Hill. Must be a speed trap here somewhere. I'm going to drive Gypsy Hill, Irresistible Sun, and Born to Dance in Scioto. So that should... There's definitely a speed trap here. There's 4 people pulled over on the other side of the road. I hate speed traps. 5 people. Wow. So we have Thursday, we have the Meadows, we have Scioto Friday, we have a lot of horses in. 4 now at the Meadows. In case you missed my video last night, the Priest had to be scratched. I was a little surprised. You know, everybody seemed to train well yesterday. And then under scope, Dr. Latessa said they were all good, except for the Priest. He's scope sick. Now, I had just a brief conversation with him yesterday after that. I said, what's your take? Is that allergies? He said, well, there's a little yellow tinge in there. I wouldn't risk it. I would just scratch the horse. So, that is what we are going to do. Now, a heads-up comment by one of our clients, Gary, had said, does that mean he can make the stake race on the 11th? That is a very good question. Let's see how long it takes us. Well, first off, did he come off his feed today? I have not got a report from the burn yet. I shuddered to message Jason just briefly this morning because 4 of us are at the fair. 1, Jason hates the fairs, and for us to be allocating staff to go to the fairs doesn't put him in his happy place. Secondly, there's a lot of horses to jog there, and I think he said they only have 3 people jogging right now. So a heavier workload than people are used to right now at the burn. But when all the dust settles, you know, I have some questions. Really Don't Care arrived last night. Has the vet looked at her yet? What was his synopsis? What was her take on, or his take on Really Don't Care? How are the other horses doing? By the way, did the Priest eat? How does he feel? If the Priest doesn't come off his feet, doesn't spike in temperature, and we're able to clean this virus up and train him up hard, then by all means, yes, we likely can send him to Indiana. I'm not in a big hurry to get him there just yet, but at the same token, there's not really a whole lot of reason not to now, is there? So today is the 3rd. That's 8 days away. The draw is in another 3 days. So over the next 72 hours, if he seems fine, we'll see if we can't get him out to Indiana and to Adam and Ronnie. So that's a little update from this morning. As I said, I'm fresh as a daisy now. The horses raced great. The ball game was great. And although we drew bad for a couple of horses in the next generation, we're going to do the best we can. And it's not like these were outside shots anyway. These are horses that, given the right opportunity, you give us a chance to get there, and I'm sure they'll I don't want to say, oh, they will, because I don't know who we're up against. But it would be unrealistic to think that both aforementioned horses, the filly and the colt, couldn't pace in 54 or 55 right now if asked to and given the opportunity. I think they both can. So that puts them right in the thick of things, I would imagine. So chin up if you're sulking and you're dragging your lip. Possibly your name's Marco. Yes, we drew poor, but we're going to do our best to make up for it. And I think it is very, very important also, very important to remember, this is not their last start of their life. It is a big start, but it is one of their first starts. And we want to make sure we do right by them heading down the road. So with that, I'll let you go. I will talk to you all soon. Good luck to everybody today, whether you're at the fair, whether you're with me with Greatest Ending, and then, of course, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, potentially Sunday, and most definitely Monday in Kentucky. We have a lot of big racing coming up. So take care. We'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful day.